Good day, everyone. We're the Group 2, and I'm Francis Zedek Baisas. And our topic is all about technical literature. Technical literature. It refers to the body of written materials that includes research articles, books, and technical reports related to a specific technical field or topic. Technical literature consists of the following. Number 1. Types of technical reports are documents that describes the process, progress, or results of technical or scientific research or the state of a technical or scientific research problem. So, ito ang mga documents na nagde-describe ng process, progress, or results ng technical or scientific research. For example, kapag may ginagawa na experiment sa isang bagay, is need na gagawa ka ng report about dito. Second, instruction manuals. Instruction manuals or user manual in technical writing is a document that provides instructions, guidance, and information on how to use a product or software effectively. So ito ang mga documents na nagbibigay ng guide kung paano gamitin ang isang product. For example is kapag bibili ka ng phone, sa loob ng box is may makikita kang user manual or user guide. Nakakatulong ito if paano mo i-set up or gamitin ang phone. Third, articles found in technical books or journals. It is a non-fiction writing that forms an independent part of a publication like a journal. Ito ay mga articles na makikita sa mga technical books or journals. Usually, nagbibigay ito ng detailed na information about sa isang specific na topic. Number 4. Abstracts. An abstract is a summary of a research article, thesis, and body of information. So, summary ito ng isang research article or thesis. Nagbibigay ito ng mabilisang idea about sa laman ng mas mahabang document. Number 5. Treatises. It is formal and systematic written discourse of some subject, generally longer and treating it in greater depth than an essay, and more concerned with investigating or exposing the principles of the subject. Ito ay isang formal at detailed na technical writing about sa isang subject. Also, para siyang essay, pero mas mahaba ito. Number 6. Proposals. A document that tries to persuade the reader to implement a proposed plan or approve a proposed project. Ang proposal ay isang document na i-convince ang reader na i-approve ang isang project or idea. Ipinapakita dito kung paano gagawin ang plano at kung ano ang magiging benefits ng isang project. Number 7. Specifications are description of existing products or product requirements. Ang specifications ay mga details about sa kung paano dapat gawin or paano dapat gumana ang isang product or project. Number 8. Brochures are printed publications that promote the products and services offered by a business or that promote the image of a business or an organization by providing general or specific technical information important to a target audience. Ito ang mga printed na materials na nagpo-promote ng produkto ng isang negosyo. Usually, nagbibigay ito ng information sa mga target audience. So, that's all po.
Good day everyone, I am Lady Arat, so I'm going to continue Bice's topic. Technical literature consists of the following. Number 9. Pamphlet. A pamphlet is a short unbound booklet or leaflet containing information on a specific topic. It is typically printed on one side of a sheet of paper and folded to create multiple pages. So, ang pamphlet is similar siya sa brochure pero maliit lang siya then naka-fold and it contains information on specific topic and it used for promoting, providing information about products, services, or event. Number 10 is monographs. A monograph is a detailed and comprehensive written work that focuses on a single topic or a narrow aspect of a broader subject. It is typically written by an expert in the field and aims to provide a thorough analysis and deep understanding of the chosen topic. So, ang monograph is like a book, but maliit lang siya sa book, then nakafocus siya sa isang topic. So, ang monograph is contain a-depth studies. It's detailed. Kadalasan sinusulat ng isang author. Ginagamit ito for research, education, and providing a focused analysis of particular subject. Like for example, a magazine, journal, or a yearbook. So, for example, dyan sa picture, so is a monograph na nag-contain ng isang topic about architecture. Number 11 is memoranda or memo. These are short, informal notes used for internal communication within an organization. They can be used to share information, request action, or provide updates. So, ang memoranda is used to request or to make announcement, to outline policies, and to transmit meeting minutes and provide updates. So, ang memos ginagamit siya to keep people informed about the progress of a project or a task. The last number is number 12, business letter. A business letter is a formal written communication used for professional purposes. It is typically used to convey information, request action, or establish a formal record of communication. Business letters follow a specific format including a salutation, body, and closing. So, ang business letter is a formal written communication used for business purposes, such as requesting information, making proposals, or providing updates. Like for example, ng business letter is an application letter for a job position outlining the applicant's qualification and experience. Ginagamit siya for company and organization. So lahat po ng following na nabanggit, isauri siya ng technical literature na naglalaman ng mga information at nagsisibay ng pinagkukunan ng kaalaman at gabay. And it's related to technical subject and used in various fields like science, engineering, technology, and business. Types of technical reports. So, a technical report is used for sharing information about a specific topic, project, or study. Naglalaman din ito ng mga detailed information, analysis, and conclusion based on scientific, technical, or professional data. So there are types of technical reports. These are for general types of technical reports. These include the progress report, the preliminary report, the periodic report, and the annual report. The use of particular report depends on the requisite of the company or organization concerned. So yung mga types of technical reports is nakadepende sa organization kung ano yung kinakailangan nilang gamitin. The progress report. A progress report gives information on the history of particular project over a limited period of time. Since it's the nature of progress report to be partially completed, it is submitted midway through the project's completion or as the need arises. Ang progress report po ay isa siyang documents kung saan dito nilalagay ang information or history about the status of your project or mga gagawin mo. So, makikita mo dito yung ano yung progress or achievement ng ginawa mo at ano ang dapat na gagawin or the project goal. So, this is the example of progress report. So, dito makita mo yung project status niya about the blueberries and the goal of the project, the progress, and the challenges. So, sa madaling salita, ang progress report ay para siyang report card na pinapakita kung ano yung nag-progress or anong dapat gawin. Ang progress report po ay it helps para intindihin yung current state ng isang project. According to Mills and Walter 1980, a progress report ay kinocompose ng transitional introduction and a prophetic conclusion. A transitional introduction refers to detailed discussion regarding to completed work given the present time frame. Ang traditional introduction daw is a detailed discussion ng mga kompletong gawain mo or a project mula nung nakaraan until current time. Sa transitional introduction, dito nakadetailed yung mga current works, kung ano yung mangyayari at kung ano yung magiging next step ng isang report. It can only be surmised that a prophetic conclusion refers to the project completion of a project and the circumstance surrounding its completion. So, ang prophetic conclusion. So, in prophetic conclusion, dito gina-describe kung kailan matatapos at makomplete ang isang project. Kung anong mga natitirang gawain at mga step para matapos ang isang project. At kung ano ang mga possible problem o hadlang sa pagtapos ng isang project, and it's described the expected results. So, the preliminary report will be discussed by Alonto.
Hello everyone, my name is Ahmad Ayman Alawi Alonto. So our topic today is the preliminary report group 1. So let's read the preliminary report. A preliminary report indicates the validity of particular project. It takes into account the basic requirements when putting up a project or consideration the proponent needs to know. It is not as in-depth as a progress report. Ang preliminary report ay isang maikling ulat na tinitingnan kung pwede bang ituloy ang isang proyekto. Sinusuri nito ang mga pangunahing kailangan tulad ng budget at resources. Pero hindi pa ito sobrang detalyado. Ang purpose lang nito ay malaman kung okay ang proyekto bago magpatuloy sa malalim ng pagsusuri para siguraduhin walang malaking problema na pwedeng maepekto sa proyekto. So what are the importance of preliminary report? Number 1, early validation. Number 2, risk reduction. Number 3, guidance. Number 4, decision making tool. So let's read the first number 1. Early validation helps determine whether the project should be proceed based on the available resources and initial condition. Ang ibig sabihin nito, nagsisilbi unang pagsusuri para malaman kung may sapat na resources at kondisyon upang ipatuloy ang project. Risk reduction. Identifying the potential issues early prevent wasted time and resources by addressing concern before the project advances. Ito po yung nakakatulong, ito ay maiwasan ang mga problemang maaaring humitaw sa hinaharap na makakatipid sa oras at gastos. Guidance provides a roadmap by outlining the basic consideration and ensuring that the project proponent understand the key elements before starting. Tumutulong ito ay magbigay ng malinaw na plano para sa mga dapat isalang-alang sa project. Decision making tool. It helps stakeholders to make informed decision about whether the project is worth continuing or requires adjustment. Mahalaga ito sa paggagawa ng desisyon kung ang proyekto ay dapat ipagtuloy o kailang i-adjust ang plano. So what are the key components of preliminary report? Project overview. Brief summary of the project goals and objectives. So sa madaling salita, ano mga gustong ma-achieve ng proyekto? Bakit ka nakafocus sa itong proyekto na to? So ano pala yung mga objectives mo? Basic requirements. Identification of necessary resources such as budget, manpower, tools, materials. Pagkilala sa mga kailangang bagay para makagawa ng proyekto tulad ng budget, manpower, kagamitan at material. Feasibility assessment. Evaluation of whether the project can realistically proceed with the current setup. Pagsusuri kung pwede ituloy ang proyekto gamit ang kasalukuyang mga resources o setup. Tinatingnan kung kaya bang gawin ang proyekto. Considerations and challenges. Key factors that the project proponent needs to take into account such as potential risk or issues that may arise. Itong mga mahalagang bagay na kailangan isaalang-alang ng gumawa ng proyekto tulad ng mga posibleng problema o panganib na maaring lumabas habang ginawa ang proyekto. So hindi ito kasing in-depth gaya ng isang progress report na nagfo-focus na sa ongoing na development ng proyekto. Ang preliminary report ay higit sa lahat ay naglalayong makita kung feasible ba o hindi ang isang proyekto habang nasa mga unang hakbang pa lang. So that's our topic today. So thank you for listening.
Sa lahat po na nabanggit, lahat ng topic simula sa technical literature at types of technical report ay mga documents kung saan nakakahanap ka ng information. Lahat sila ay may iba't ibang format at iba-ibang layunin sa paggamit. But, there are same na nagbibigay ng information sa atin.